Ach, up, ach, up, ach. Oh, wang, 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 wang. Good morning. My name is Chris Fox, and today we're talking motivation once more. It's been a little while. I want to talk about how hard it's gotten, I think, across the board for most people over the last year. Our world changed in some fundamental ways, and we were told, you guys remember when it was going to be 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, depending where you lived. And here we are many, many months later, and the virus that shall not be named is still there. And yet, we're still going. And things are a little different, and I look around and I see people wearing masks, but we're still going. Life got harder, but we didn't give up, and we didn't wait for it to get easier. We had to pick up the slack. We had to get stronger. We had to rise to the occasion, which, collectively, I feel like we've done sort of as a people. Things have been really hard. I don't know about where things are, or what things are like, rather, where you're at. But for me, I've seen people pull together, and I've chosen to focus on that, on people, really trying to make it through trying times, because this is something that I have tried to practice for some time. If you keep striving, if you keep lifting, and let's use the weightlifting analogy, you'll get stronger. So, for example, I'm looking off screen right now. I've got a squat rack set up right over there. It's one of my best friends, high squat rack. When I squat and I've got, let's say 135 pounds on the bar, and the next time I squat, I put another 20 pounds on the bar, and I keep throwing weight on the bar, and I keep throwing weight on the bar, eventually I'm squatting 375, 415. You just keep going, for a long time as your body gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and you get more capable of shouldering greater and greater burdens. So I know that for a lot of us it can get really discouraging. But what I do, my little exercise, is to look back to the life that I used to have. So if you look back to, gosh, any number of jobs that I've had over the years, I've worked at McDonald's, I've worked at Costco, I've worked so many fast food and various low-paying jobs over the years. And in any one of those jobs, if I'd looked back, I would have said that, my life was terrible. Well, I had no responsibility at all. And I could do pretty much whatever I wanted with most of my time. And I didn't really understand just how easy I had things on a daily basis. There were no crippling decisions I had to make on a regular basis. There were, I wasn't responsible for anybody else but myself. And so over time, I've made changes to my life, and I've gotten stronger, and I've taken on more responsibilities. And I'm sure that's true of you as well. All of us have stepped up in our lives at different points. I'm sure that there's times you've disappointed yourself. I disappoint myself, but by and large, you're probably better off now than you were in the past. And maybe things have degenerated lately. Maybe this year is a little bit tougher. But as things are getting harder, I don't know, I'm going to choose to try to focus on getting stronger, not on trying to wait for things to get easier. Because, who knows when they're going to get easier or how our world is going to change in the future. I don't. That's the thing that we can't really predict or control. No one can really, really predict the future. We can make guesses, but who knows what it's going to actually be. So I'm going to focus on making myself as prepared for that future as I can and being strong enough to shoulder these burdens. Anyway, guys, it's been a heck of a year so far. What did I say, the 14th? So it's only 2 weeks in. I know it's a motivational video. Normally I cut those short, but for the second half, I just want to jump in and do word counts. If you are following the Road to a Million Words, then that'll be relevant. If you're not, and you have no interest in that, the video's done, and I'll see you next week. But if you are interested, I have been productive, and you can see sort of what I've gotten done. Anyway, I will see those of you who are not interested next week, and everyone else, let's jump into the next part. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a few people appearing at the bottom here. If you're interested in tracking your own word counts, let me know. I will post a link again in the description, and it's on the last few videos as well. And you guys are encouraged to create your own version of this sheet. Anyway, you can see things have gone really, really well for me so far. I have 44,335 words as of January 14th. And what's important to note here is these are not the total number of words that I've written. These are written, edited, and will be published. So this is what I get paid for. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff that I'm working on that I don't get credit for. So world building and doing all the project design for the Kickstarter that I have to do. All of that stuff I don't get credit for. So I only get credit for this stuff. And what's important to me for my career to do what I needed to do is that even though I have to do all that other stuff and it's important to my job, I don't ever lose sight of this. I'm always making sure to hit my word counts. And you can see that not every day is 45, excuse me, not every day is 5,000. The average is still lagging behind a little bit. What are we at now? 44, 34, so it actually dipped down a little bit. What I found is with projects like the Magitech Chronicles Player's Guide, if I'm working on a lot of rules, I may put in a ton of time, just like I would do when I was programming, but come out with relatively few lines of code, or in this case, lines of text. So today, I worked really, really hard, and I got an incredible amount of stuff done. I created 10 brand new races, with new stats, and they're all balanced against each other, and a couple of new classes for those of you who play games. I use paths and archetypes. But I had to do a bunch of new rules, so it was a hard day of work, but I only came out with 3,000 publishable words. The rest of the month, though, was a lot easier because I was working on a novel and we're writing the Dark Lord Burt, which was a heck of a lot of fun. So you can see most of my days were north of 5,000, as they should be. That should be every working day. And there weren't too many of them. So I picked the novel back up on the 4th. I finished it on the 13th. So granted, there was like 6,000 words already in there, but the rest of the novel got written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 writing days. So that 6,000 words initially would have been like a 9th, possibly a 10th writing day. So the most amount of time I could really, if I was being generous, taken to finish this project would have been 10 days to write and edit a complete novel that I'm happy with. That's not like a lot faster than what I usually do. That's basically my normal clip, except that what I used to do the last time I tried videos like these is I would edit separately. So in a week I might write 25,000 words, but none of those words were getting edited, and now all of them get edited. So I'm much faster in that regard. I don't have a separate editing process. With the Dark Lord Burt 2, I will have to jump in and do one more day of editing where I just do a read through. That's always the most fun because I make very few changes except for add and description. So I'll get to play around with that. Anyway, guys, this video was primarily meant to be about motivation. I wanted to catch you up and show you, hey, listen, I'm getting it done. I'm getting the word counts down. And somebody posted a comment, I think it was on Facebook in my reader group. They follow the videos, but they asked there, hey, listen, I'm a little bit behind already. How do I catch up? And, it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but the sad answer is you got to write more words every day. If you're looking at this total here, there's only 2 ways you can fix it. Either you decrease your daily goal because you say, you know what, this is too aggressive, I can't do it, and that's fine. I would highly recommend, if you're already behind and you don't think you can catch up, lowering your goal and making it something much more reasonable. If you're doing 2,000 words a day, cut it in half, maybe 1,000 words a day. But if you're already behind and you can't catch up, that's how you do it. If you're behind and you think you can catch up, then make it happen, man. Put in the discipline and get it done and get those words down like you're seeing me do. Make it happen. It's not easy. It's exhausting, and I know how difficult it is with all the distractions that a lot of us have, but you guys can do this, and a lot of you are emailing me to say, hey, that's exactly what I have done. So to those of you who are succeeding this year, wonderful. Hopefully you're serving as inspiration for everybody else. I am going to get back to the writing, and you'll see another video from me on Monday.